Hello, everyone. Today's soul action question is, where am I with my health goals? Where do I want to be? Why am I not there? What will it take me to feel well? This should be a good one. I definitely need to listen to this, to think about this one. If my body could talk, it would say blank. Today's soul action: feed your body what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. Make some new, exciting goals to take your health to the next level. A lot of people don't realize this, but our physical health and our mental health are so totally combined together. Or intertwined, I guess you could call it. That if you're having mental struggles, your physical will also struggle. Many times. Not always, but most times. For example, if you have depression or anxiety, just as an example, quite often you will feel physical pain as well, to the point where you think you're ill. Like whether it is your chest, whether it's your back, whether it's your hips, whether it's your knees, anything. And you can also hold like water retention. Your body can become inflamed. Like you can gain weight. And a lot of that is water. Well, not always. And then if you look at it in another way, if you've had a physical injury or a physical illness, for example, like fibromyalgia or something like that, I'm just throwing this out there just because that's me, right? That in turn can affect your mental health as well. Like physical pain can be very difficult on a person's mental. So if we can somehow balance both of them, the best that we can, like balance our mental health as well as our physical health, things tend to be a lot better. It's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of work. I'm not perfect. Look at me. I'm still overweight. I get it. I still deal with pain every day. But I try. Like baby steps, right? You know that term, baby steps? It's perfect. You're not expected to be healthy or perfect or whatever, like overnight. You can't expect yourself to be that way. It takes work. It takes perseverance. But if you do baby steps, a lot of times you don't even notice that you're doing it. Like those little steps can turn into a habit and you don't realize it. Just one little example for me, I hated, and I mean hated, whole wheat bread. This is just a weird example, but it's an example, right? I never would eat whole wheat bread or any grain breads or anything like that. It was white bread and that was it. The odd time back in the day, like 20 some odd years ago, I would eat like rye bread. Just because. But I preferred white bread. I preferred white pasta. I prefer white flour. I prefer white. Everything to do with food. Anything whole wheat, like back in the day, it tasted like crap. Like it tasted like cardboard. I get it. Some of it still does. But and I still have a hard time with whole wheat pasta. I don't think I could ever get used to that, but maybe. You never know, right? over the last year or so, I've started eating like whole wheat breads or grain breads or something like that. I don't remember the last time I have eaten white bread. Like bread, right? I don't eat hamburger buns when I have hamburgers anymore. I just don't have that extra little bit of bread. I haven't had a hot dog, for example, like, which is crap meat anyways, but I haven't had a hot dog for a couple of years, probably. Yeah, probably close to a couple of years. So I don't have that bread into me, right? Yeah, I'm a sucker for pizza, and I know that. I'm weak when it comes to pizza. I can't help it. It's just that's one of my crutches. But I've since switched to whole wheat pasta, or not pasta, pardon me, rice. I've switched to the grain breads or whatever. And now, like, I don't even think about buying a loaf of white bread. It's like, no, I don't want white bread. I want my grain, like, I want my whole wheat or my oats and honey or something like that, right? So, I'm rambling. I know that. I'm tired. I apologize. But this is just me, right? Baby steps, folks. Baby steps. Is all I'm trying to say as I'm rambling along here. Take those baby steps to improve whatever it is that you need to improve in your physical and mental health. And you'll be surprised at how many of those just become a habit and you don't even realize you're doing it anymore. Like, I shop online for my groceries. I don't go into stores hardly ever at all. I don't have a vehicle, so it makes it tough. Anytime I do go into a grocery store now, one of my friends was with me. She was so surprised at some of the choices I was making in the stores. And I would look at something and say, oh my God, I'd love to have that. Like, just something like a case of pop. I haven't had a can of Coke for almost a year. I don't want to say a year. It's not a year yet. But I want to say, I think it's been probably 8-9 months, if not longer, that I've had a can of Coke. I used to drink 1 can of Coke a day, and that was the limit that I had on it, because otherwise I'd probably drink 3 or 4 or more. So that's just one thing I've stopped, and I don't even notice it. I thought I would miss it, because I love my Coke. I do. Or 7-Up, something like that. I don't miss it at all. Every now and then I think about it, so the one day I was in the store. And I'm looking at it because it was just before Christmas, a cranberry ginger ale, right? It's like out there in full force. And I'm looking at it going, I should get a case of that. I haven't had that for a long time. I haven't had pop for a long time. And I second guessed myself. And I said, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. And I just walked away. Did I miss it when I got home? Not one bit. Not one bit. Because I'm used to not having it now. It'll take time. Some things we have to withdraw from, especially food. Food is very addicting. But we can do it if we try, And I'm not, like I've been saying, I'm far from perfect. Far from perfect. But I try. And that right there is huge. Because a lot of people don't even try. A lot of people give up. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Okay, everybody, enough of my rambling. Thanks for listening if you've listened until now. Have an awesome day. And don't forget, I know, hit that subscribe button, like that video, hit that notification bell. I know. Yep. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.